Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I don't usually make these, but I'm making it. Um, kind of stumped, so I'm going to be asking you to share, spread, just help us out. This deals with everybody right now. I want to deal with right now, though, just in the US of A. I'm looking to get a hold of all the. I'm a retired firefighter, so I'm looking for the firefighters, the cops, first responders, retired military people. I need people that think. We need to think. All right. These people are spending our money like crazy right now. And I kept saying, how do they do this? How are they spending our money in Congress, in the Senate? They're spending our money like crazy. Elon has just showed us the government is totally corrupt. It's unbelievable. So I don't know how we're going to resonate through the rest of this, but whoever this takes to, I just want to show you. I'm having my own financial stuff, and I said, you know, what goes on here in the world, and how do we, like we said, we put veterans that fight for our country, and they're living on the street, but then now we're bringing people across the border that aren't even legal to the country, and we're giving them room and board and money. And you got to remember, here we are, people. This is America. They keep talking about, oh well, we gave you money. You gave everybody in America $1,000. According to what they're saying right now, some of these people coming across the border are getting $1,000 a month. It's unbelievable. We don't know what's really going on. But if you can't tell right now, they're spending your money, my money, your parents' money, your kids' money. Put it this way: we are so far in debt right now, it is unbelievable, and I'll be showing you that in a minute. But right now, I just want to show. Look at the way this is set up right here. Oh, where are my photos? Have this set up, and this is what we're under right now. But we're not supposed to be under. See down here? See all this? We the people are over here. And they got everybody else, the city, the county, the state, oh, everybody. No. We are supposed to be here. We should be up here. So over the last few hundred years, these sons of bitches has changed everything. And everything that's happening right now is all happening and all going on in it. There's no other way to say it. It's just this was a plan. It's been a plan for hundreds of years, maybe thousands, who knows. But if you look back through history, it just shows it all to you. But the reason I'm doing this is because I noticed this of the two different systems. Like people keep saying, oh, look at this, look at that. There is two systems. And people don't realize we are either US citizens or you are a state national. And nobody knew about this, but when you become a state national, you become a diplomat to the state, to the country. You take your rights and it puts you right here. So I tell everybody all the time what Trump was trying to do was trying to bring this system into place where we, the people, are in charge of our money. They have to come to us. Like right now, they're spending money like crazy. They would have to come to us to ask for money. They are just spending our money. And people don't realize how bad they've done this to us. So let me go here now.
Right now, I'm going to just read a quote from Edward Mendell House and what he had to say in a private meeting with Woodrow Wilson, president between 1913 and 1921, from the private papers of Woodrow Wilson. Quote, very soon, every American will be required to register their biological property in a national system designed to keep track of the people and that will operate under the ancient system of pledging. By such methodology, we can compel people to submit to our agenda, which will affect our security as chargeback for our fiat paper currency. Every American will be forced to register or suffer not being able to work and earn a living. They will be our chattel, and we will hold the security interest over them forever by operation of law merchant under the scheme of secured transactions. Americans, by unknowingly or unwittingly delivered the bills of lading to us, will be rendered bankrupt and insolvent forever to remain economic slaves through taxation secured by their
Forever.
pledges.
You got that, people?
They will
Forever.
be stripped of their rights and given commercial value designated to keep us a profit that will be none the wiser. For not one man in a million could ever figure out our plans.
One in
and
a million.
If by accident one or two would figure it out, we have in our arsenal plausible deniability. After all, this is the only logical way to fund government, by floating liens and debt to the registrants in the form of benefits and pledges. This will inevitably reap us huge profits beyond our wildest of expectations and leave every American a contributor to this fraud, which we will call social insurance. Without realizing it, every American will insure us for any loss we may incur, and in this manner, every American will unknowingly be our servant, however begrudgingly. The people will become helpless without any hope for their redemption, and we will employ the high office of the president as our dummy corporation to foment this plot against America.
Corporation.
Having established plausible deniability, even if people become enlightened that they had a remedy and pursued it, the attorneys, judges, and legislators could claim that they did not understand the people's claims, especially if the technical requirements for achieving it were not followed pursuant to statutory requirements. Requiring the public schools to teach civics, government, and history classes out of federally approved, politically correct textbooks written by the publishing houses owned by the owners of the Federal Reserve would assure that the people would not discover the remedy for a long time, if ever. I would recommend that everyone read Fruit from a Poisonous Tree by Melvin Stamper, Melvin Stamper, Stamper. That is Fruit from a Poisonous Tree. This is out of Chapter 2 of Fruit from a Poisonous Tree.
All right. So, let me go here. See this right here? Here's the debt, right? I want you guys to see stuff here. Look at this. Here's the debt. Now watch this. Revenue per citizen, but debt per citizen. So before local debt, look at that. Before our kids are even born or anything, or your grandkids, they're already in debt. 3,000, 6,000. You're already in the system. Here, personal debt per citizen. Each citizen is $72,000 in debt. Now, here's the key to it. What do you see here? Look at this right now. Right now, the median income is $36,155. A medium-sized house, $445,000. All right. Now here comes me. This is where 2000. This is about where I was in my prime, getting ready to work, had kids just for 9/11. 32,152, and the house cost 168. That's exactly right, because my second house cost 165. So now here we are 20 years later. The house, what I paid 165, you guys have to pay this, and you're only making 4,000 and what, $3 more? So that's why all they did was they had 9/11 and they had other financial things due, and they took all our money and power away. Every single, oh, here, 72,000. Like I said, it's unbelievable what they do. Now, let me see something. And this is why I said I'm going to use 9/11 right here.
Day before 9/11, Rumsfeld talked about trillions of dollars missing. Then a plane slams into the very part of the building where they were doing the accounting.
According to some estimates, we can
Hello,
track $2.3
America.
trillion in transactions.
This is like if you check somebody's accounting books and they just have stick figures with googly eyes drawn on it.
The fact is the exact.
So you got that going on. Oh, wait, let me remind you. Boom, there it is. Millions. They just paid millions to lie to us. These people got to start waking up. All right. So now you just heard that stuff, right? Now here, let me show you something. Here we go. And I keep telling everybody, this all goes back to Declaration of Independence, right? Or not Declaration. But look at, I'm looking to show you this. This is the symbol. What do you see there? The Majesty. Everything goes back to the Queen. We never got away from the Queen. Never, ever, 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 ever. All right. So when you're born, your parents on a birth certificate. The birth certificate goes into your system. And then you sit there and you work your whole life. So this is what you get. Let me show you. See right here? Trump put out this web Treasury Direct. It was already here, but Trump put stuff about bonds and stuff. So a bunch of people, we went on and we looked. And here, this is just proof right here. The first one is my birth certificate, and the second one, see, 1165. They bonded me for $10,000. It matured in 2075. So the issue price, the issue price was that, and with the interest. So right now, I have a total of this sitting from my birth certificate, my Social Security card, and I was at 9/11. So I was in the 9/11 fund. So they bond you. That's how they get their money back. They bond us. And then if you die, they live with this. You don't know you even have this. This is nothing you know. Until Trump told us this, hardly anybody knew anything. Wake up, people. Wake up, please. Come on. Help me. All right. So that's going on. Now, let me throw this in here. We have all this stuff going on. I keep telling everybody it's all, and they show you everything, and they talk about everything. Here you go. Here's another one. Fool me once.
Commissioner, Mr. President, I rise again, I'm afraid, to make the same old hoary speech that I've been making here for several years, and that is, it is my opinion that you do not really understand the concept of banking. All the banks are broke.
Everybody's broke.
Bank Santander, Deutsche Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland, they're all broke. And why are they broke? It isn't an act of God. It isn't some sort of tsunami. They're broke because we have a system called fractional reserve banking, which means that banks can lend money that they don't actually have. It's a criminal scandal, and it's been going on for too long. To add to that problem, you have moral hazard, a very significant moral hazard from the political sphere. And most of the problem starts in politics and central banks, which are part of the same political system. We have counterfeiting, sometimes called quantitative easing, but counterfeiting by any other name. The artificial printing of money, which if any ordinary person did, they'd go to prison for a very long time. And yet governments and central banks do it all the time. central banks repress the amount of interest that rates are, so we don't have the real cost of money. And yet we blame the real retail banks for manipulating LIBOR. The sheer effrontery of this is quite astonishing. It's central banks that manipulate interest rates, Commissioner. And plus, underneath all this, we talk loosely in a rather cavalier fashion, do we not?
Welcome to the
about deposit guarantees.
The shit's about to get
so
real.
When banks go broke through their own incompetence and chicanery, the taxpayer picks up the tab. It's theft from the taxpayer.
They're screwing
and
us.
Until
They've
we
been
start
screwing
sending
us.
bankers, and I include central bankers and politicians, to prison for this outrage, it will continue.
Now, everything they're doing to us, like we say, I tell you, we're locked in this contract, but we're now trying to break out of this contract that nobody realizes. But here is another one, just so you know.
Brace yourself. Let's go. Book reference. The term license is defined in law as, quote, a permit to do something illegal. What? Hold up. Run that back. The term license is defined in law as a permit to do something illegal. Somebody might be like, well, that's your opinion.
Permits, driver's license.
See Black's Law
You're making us pay
6
for
or 7th edition.
everything.
Receipts, book reference,
Come on, people.
license,
Get fired up
certificate,
already,
or the document
please.
itself, which gives permission. Are you listening? Therefore, all licenses are permits to violate the only real law. Inalienable rights are the rights bestowed by God at birth upon all living men. All other laws are subordinate to God's law. All other laws are subordinate to God's law. Bing bong. The controlling de facto government
America
wants us to rely on their laws, so they demand that we apply for a license.
Take away our rights.
Trick? For example, a driver's license, a marriage license, a gun license, etc. Anything that they say requires a license. That's pretty much everything. Somebody might ask, well, how do they get away with it then? They succeed in this intimidation through the corporate courts and police enforcement by so-called officers who have been brainwashed and reinforced by mandatory training programs.
Yes, my friends,
wow. Book reference.
Sorry, buddy.
States cannot license rights. A state may not impose a charge for the enjoyment of a right granted by the federal Constitution. Did you hear that?
Okay. All right. Now, this is how I wasn't getting it. But when people kept talking about sovereignty. And if you listen to that word is all over. Sovereignty. Putin's using it. Everybody's using it. But here, look at this one.
So Nancy Pelosi is refusing to hand over video and emails from January 6th, claiming sovereign immunity.
Okay.
If you don't know what sovereign immunity is, look it up. She's claiming that she is immune from any civil or criminal persecutions.
This is what all the rich do. This is what Trump was trying to tell us.
Thinks.
They get through all the loopholes because you use your sovereignty and you become a diplomat. For all my friends that told me I didn't know what I was talking about. I knew there's some shit with this. Wake up, people. Fucking people. Here's another one for you. This is the world we live in. Two worlds. Now, if Joe Biden is Mr. Christian, then who's this?
Allow me to conclude, my dear friend,
Because this is Joe that I see.
the same blessing
You
I
watch.
gave you 6 years ago when you first publicly declared me your rabbi.
What?
I'm proud of that.
Rabbi.
What's up,
At that
people?
Jewish New Year celebration, I offered you a blessing. You enthusiastically said yes.
What?
You lowered your head reverently.
I thought you were a Catholic, Joey.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do both, huh? Ain't that
Joey, you
weird?
switched tribes?
Of the numbers, I blessed you with the following.
Oh.
Or is that just
Look
to
at
help
this.
Joe with his connections to over there? Could be.
Oh, what the fuck
Could
is going on
be.
here?
Because
Oh.
everything will end in Israel, my friends. Everything.
Oh.
May God cause his face to shine upon
Look
you,
at that.
be gracious to you.
Ooh.
Shalom. May God lift his face
Joey, do
towards
you have a new master?
gracious to you,
Huh.
give you
I
that
guess
most
Joey has a
blessed
new
gift of
master,
all.
doesn't
Makes you think, people. Come on, start thinking. And now here, they have to tell you everything. Everything they do, they have to tell you. They have no choice. They cannot not tell you. So they tell you, but they tell you in a different way through cartoons.
I'd like to call to order this secret conclave of America's media empires. We are here to come up with the next phony baloney crisis to put Americans back where they belong, in dark rooms glued to their televisions.
This is our great media who's not telling us anything right now.
To listen and not
you will
speak.
all be hung, my friends.
I think we should go with a good old-fashioned public health.
You're all going down.
A new disease. No one's immune. It's like the summer of the shark.
Denise would
Instead of a
be
shark,
going down.
it's an epidemic. And instead of summer, it's all the time.
Now, I hate to be the guy who derails what everybody else loves.
He loves being that guy.
But, Janice, we do have standards. This can't be a made-up disease. The only moral thing to do is release a deadly virus into the general public.
We do have something we've been holding on to, but it hasn't been tested. Get over here, NBC.
Well, we certainly believe in testing, but wow. Oh, yeah.
So we've got our deadly disease. Now we just have to blame it on something that's in every household, something that people are a little bit afraid of already. House cat flu is coming, people.
They tried that too. I think it was in 2019. All right, here. Now I'm going to show you this one, and then I'm going to jump into something else, but you guys still aren't getting it, so I'm trying to help you. Here, money. Everything's the financial. Watch this one.
I want to screenshot this shit. Hedera.com/council. Let me slide down here and see. Hedera is owned and governed by the world's leading organizations. Calvin, can you please tell me who's on that list? Sure, no problem. Avery Dennison, Boeing, Chainlink Labs, which runs Chainlink and all of its oracles, okay? Denton, IBM, Google. Look at this LG, Ubisoft, Swirl, Standard Bank. This crypto right here is owned and governed by the world's leading organizations, and it is ISO 20022 compliant. Who's paying attention? You might want to screenshot this. Right. Now, how do all of these things work? They all work through Quant. Quant is the boss. It has an overledger system which operates like Apple's iOS, but this is iOS for the blockchain. I'm gonna say that again. This is like Apple's iOS system for the blockchain. Can you break it down for me a little bit more? Sure, I can. Here is Quant. Quant is a software, and their overledger operating system talks to all of these things. You cannot run your life today or your business without one of these being a part of it. That is 100% fact. You cannot run your life today or your business without running into one of these payment APIs. Google Pay, Apple Pay, Amazon Pay, PayPal, Stripe, Samsung, Walmart, Venmo, Swift. I'm gonna double tap that one again. Swift. This runs that. Blockchains. That means layer ones, layer twos, and even layer zeros like Polkadot. Who's paying attention? Constellation DAG is right here. Y'all don't even know what Constellation DAG is. Let me remind you. Look what it is right here. Look. Constellation DAG, proof of reputable observation. Y'all don't know what that means. I'm going to break it down for you in layman's terms. Watch this. Pay attention. This one, by the way, because y'all like to read, like stuff like Perez Hilton and Bossip and Shade Room. I read stuff on NASDAQ, Fortune, and Forbes. Constellation Network to provide U.S. Air Force with blockchain security for data sharing. Oh my God. Anybody ever heard of the U.S. Air Force? They're using the Constellation DAG network to provide security for their data sharing, man. Who's paying attention? Who's paying attention? This software right here talks to all of that stuff. It is this right here. This is the only blockchain that has a relationship and a freaking contract with the U.S. government. Constellation DAG, which is right here. Enterprise blockchain. Banking APIs. I just explained to you how JP Morgan is moving into the metaverse. They already have a virtual bank in the metaverse. They're now filing a trademark patent for crypto wallets. This banking API and all of these talk to Quant. Quant talks to all of Internet of Things. That means the APIs for those of you trying to create new technology. Hey Siri, okay, all of that. Okay Siri, and Alexis, do this and that. Those are all Internet of Things APIs. This controls and runs all of them. Who's paying attention? So everything is attached to Quant. Quant goes out here and talks to XDC. That means it talks to JP Morgan and Chase, TriFi. It talks to Algorand. It talks over here to Internet of Things. That means CBDCs. That means central bank digital currencies are coming, and this is going to be part of all of that with the Internet of Things. It talks to Constellation DAG, the only contract with the United States of America. It goes over here and it talks over here to Hedera Hashgraph, owned and governed by the world's leading organizations. And it's over here with IBM and Google and all of that. Talks to Stellar Lumens, who has a deal with MoneyGram, already moving money worldwide. The Hyperledger system and the Interledger system with Ripple and its technology with XRP. Who's paying attention, man? Y'all tripping.
All right. So you getting all that? Now here, I'm going to throw one more at you. We're basically sold on the stock market. That's why I was showing you that. It goes down to that little bit. Here you go. There's another one I keep telling everybody, and I'm going to show you what's going to happen. This is going to tie to everything.
Donald Trump and the military are in control. And if you can't see it, you're asleep. Wake the fuck up.
Got that? Now I'll show you why.
So a lot of people might not know what this spear represents, but I want to show you. So in our country, we have a thing called flag law. It's actually very important. A lot of people have never been taught. Thanks to the General Education Board, someone took over our education in 1903. It's a fact. So you didn't get to learn about this. Flag law. See the spear right there? Let's see what it means. Spear on top of a flag represents court-martial. You see it, right? So if the spear represents a court-martial, riddle me this. Why did Trump have these spears on top of his flag?
You have a spear on top of your flagpole. It's for military court-martials.
So I don't go to court very often, but when I do, I bring the flag of my nationality. You place the flag upon your documents. When you stick your flag on top of your documents, what does it mean? It means that your documents or your paperwork holds authority from the flag of that territory. So if you're a state national and you stick your state flag on there, your documents now hold the authority of that republic. You may not know this, but the judge does. Learn your rights, exercise your rights, and be the change you want to see state nationals rock.
Hey, more that I didn't know. Isn't it great? It's all this shit they're hiding from us, man. Hiding away. All right, and what else did I want to say? Here, we're going to go to this guy now. Here now, that one the last one I just showed you ties to this. Here we go. This is going to bring down a lot of people right here. This is that I just showed you. They know where every penny goes. Every penny. And it's going to go right back to Joe and some of the other people. They're unbelievable. There he is, our buddy there. Everything's tied. We already knew this stuff. Everything that is happening, we already knew. I love that. This is my state. Look at all them New Jerseys. The New Jersey people are in there too. Scum suckers. All right. Now here, this is what I've been trying to tell everybody. Another part. You guys are not playing the game yet. So part of the game right here. If you know what's going on, you know what's going on. But no. Here, I want to go out here. Let me go to, this is my next one. This is what I keep telling everybody. The game that's happening right now. Stand by. Okay. Here. This is what I keep telling everybody. This is the two systems. You can be a U.S. citizen, or you could be a state national. There's two different things. I just need help here because this is driving me nuts. Here's the system you're under right now, the Holy See. Once you claim your sovereignty, see? Once you claim, you become free. They can't touch you. But the problem is they don't want us to know this. So there's 5 types of citizen. You're either a regular citizen, or you work for the government, or you work for the District of Columbia, and then they got state nationals. So that's another type of citizen. That's where you get your diplomatic immunity and all that other good stuff. Now, for all the people that keep saying, oh, this is the right thing, here is this is what it is. We are not a democracy. We are a republic. People keep saying this. Look, freedom of assembly. They won't let us get together. They're trying to take our property. They're trying to get rid of religion. They don't want speech. Equality, nope. Citizenship. Now they don't want you to even call yourself a U.S. citizen. So that's a bunch of crap. Consent to the governed. Yes. Voting rights. They're messing with that. Freedom from unwarranted governmental depression. Prison of right and the right to liberty and minority rights. Okay, that's there, but they're breaking everybody's rights. The most common form of democracy today is a representative democracy. So the people that are representing us want us to shut up and let them do what they're telling us to do. Where over here, a state in which the supreme power rests in the body of the citizens entitled to vote and exercise and representatives chosen directly or indirectly by them. Any body of persons viewed as a commonwealth, a state in which the head of the government is not a monarch or the other hereditary head of state. See? And here's the difference. When you say you're a citizen or whatever, look, you're a person. If you go back to the day when they wrote all this crap back in the old days, this is where they get all their notes from. 2 kinds of persons. You're either a natural or an artificial. A natural is a human being, which you would think that's me or you, but it's not because you are under a contract. Artificial persons include a collection of successful and natural persons forming a corporation, which you're in, a collection of property to which the law attributes the capacity of having rights and duties. The later class of artificial persons is recognized only to a limited extent of our laws. See, this is how they get away with everything. And then over here, it's been held when the word person is used in a legislative act, natural persons will be intended unless something appears in the context to show that it applies to artificial persons. All this is all, they fraudulent lie to you. You're getting lied to every day of the week. And it just keeps going, man. But not every human being is a person. For a person is capable of rights and duties, and there may be, well, human beings having no legal rights, as was the case with slaves in English law. And they want to mess with you. Here. So then if you become a sovereign, a person, body, a state, which is independent and supreme authority is vested. A chief ruler with supreme power, a king or other ruler with limited power. In English law, a gold coin of Great Britain of the value of £1 of sterling. This is where they started talking about now a lot of different gold and silver stuff. Oh, what else have I got? Sovereign states. This is all stuff they didn't tell us about. They've been hiding this stuff for I don't know how long now. That's it. That's over. I'm not sure what this one is. We're going to look in here. I put something else in here. I drew something together. Oh, this tells me all about, yep. I'm just trying to show you guys there's a lot of stuff going on. This guy. And it goes back to many, many years ago. If you notice all this is 70s, 80s. This is where they started putting it together. There you go. The media puppets. They're ones that still run the world today, right there in front of you. Bill Gates' daddy, Ted Turner, Rockefeller, George Soros, they're all there. Oh, this is telling you, that's right. I started writing something about consciousness. If you guys wake up to the fact of what's going on. This is where Joe, I'm trying to tell people that this is a whole more than what we're thinking, man. There's a lot more stuff going on. They want our souls. That's what they want. Because they want to sell you on the stock market. Because then you're sold. Okay. Person is natural or unspirited and cannot receive the God's gift. A lot of stuff that they've been lying to. A lot. All right. I'm just going to go through this. This is the 7 stages. Here, I was saying this too. When you're young, and you start going through the order of what happens in the spiritual beings, there's a lot. We are way more than we think. Everybody have a good day. That's it. I just wanted to make something to get some information out there. Some people got to figure this out.